February 28th marked the 223rd birthday of the town of Burlington. On Thursday, March 3rd, the Historical Society commemorated Burlington's big day with a presentation from Rob Costa, former Burlington High History teacher, local author, and historian.
My family moved to Burlington from Somerville, like a lot of folks did. In 1963, we bought a place down, as I had said, across from the Pine Haven Cemetery. I started school at the 6th grade at the Union School when all the town's kids went to the 6th grade there. And then we're here at what used to be the center school, my 7th grade. So I went to Burlington High School, then on to UMass Amherst for a history degree, and then I started teaching history in 1974, Burlington High School, the Social Studies Department, and I was there until 2012.
Inspired by his colleagues and students, Costa dedicated himself to studying the history of the community and expanding Burlington's historical resources.
You know, I'd have to say it would be John Ed Fogelberg and the work he did on his book, and the fact that people said, we don't have a history. They didn't bother looking. They didn't, we had so much around us that needed to be spoken about, needed to be written. It was written, and Ed publicized it. And then we just, I think, grew the resources of our history over the years. I had 2 books published, mostly photo books, Images of America and Burlington Then and Now series of photos. So, I think probably the kids that I taught who loved hearing about this so much kept me in it. And it's just, local history is fascinating.
Costa recommends anyone seeking to learn more on the town's history should take advantage of every opportunity and resource available.
By always reading, always getting as much information as you can, getting involved in local historical groups like this society, visiting historical sites, just trying to get as much knowledge about what's going on as you possibly can through, just multimedia these days. There's so much out there, in digital way as well as print.
Finally, Costa spoke on the importance of knowing the history of one's community.
If you don't know your history, you're doomed to repeat it. That's an age-old maxim translated in many different ways. And I think that we need to preserve what we have. We have a bright past. We haven't done a great job of preserving it in a lot of ways, as a result of forces out of our control sometimes. I think it's vital that we know where we came from and where we're going.
You can watch Rob Costa's presentation now airing on BCAT. Until next time, this is Chris Flaherty for BNEWS Weekly.